My name's Simon Gregory. I'm the matron for theatres, critical care, anaesthetics, pain and pre-op.
Do you want to back you, sir?
Yes.
Graduates, you've been undertaking a project recently. Do you want to tell us what your aim was?
So my aim was to improve by March the 31st, 2025, theatre utilisation within high volume, low complexity lists from 45% utilisation to 70%, bringing us in line overall with national target of about 85%.
What was the background to this? Where has it come from?
So we, as a department, found ourselves constantly just below national target, and it was trying to figure out what we could do to improve that utilisation. We were under scrutiny in terms of our utilisation for high volume, low complexity lists. We decided to really get into the nitty gritty and have a look at how the lists run, how we complete the database, and what gaps or opportunities were there to increase our throughput.
What process did you follow?
So I mainly did the A3. I did some process mapping to look at from start to finish all the way through for the patient journey, and that's how we identified what issues there were.
Did you do any observation?
So we observed both NPR and corporate theatres to see for ourselves from the moment the patient is admitted onto the ward through to discharge, and how we timestamp those and what gaps there were within that.
And once you understood the problem, what did you do then to try and come up with a solution?
The important thing was to actually speak to the staff and to understand the process that they were doing. It became quite evident quickly that there wasn't a lot of physical gaps that there were in the database. So we looked almost immediately at how we could tidy up those bits to give us true utilisation gaps that were then going to be beneficial for extra cases.
So what changes did you make?
We standardised the patient touch time in terms of the database. We weren't fully utilising or reflecting what we were actually doing for those patients at the point of a member of the theatre team had got their hands on that patient with doing things. So by doing that, we were able to reflect the entire touch time and the care that we were giving to those patients.
Okay, was there any other changes you made?
In terms of the standardisation, we did articles in the theatre newsletter, meetings with the band 7s and 6s to let them fully understand the reasons why we were doing this, to get them on board with what we were doing, really.
Brilliant. And what's the benefits of this? What's happened?
From a starting point in September of a utilisation of 45%, we are now at 70%.
Okay.
But within that, we've kind of created, so that's just high volume, low complexity, but by virtue of what we've been doing across the theatre suite, everybody's kind of increased as well across the board. So main theatres, day case theatres, not just high volume, low complexity.
So you've been able to scale up the work.
People became interested in what we were doing. A lot of the team leaders, specialty managers got themselves onto the database, and there's almost like a little mini competition now where people want to be the better theatre.
And so have you found it a useful process to follow?
Definitely, yeah, and a lot of tools that I can continue onto other improvements as well.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.